Hey guys, it is your favorite inconsistent YouTuber. I finally have time to film and I have the energy to film, so let's give you guys a quick update as to what's been happening in like the past month. I think that's how long it's been since I uploaded. It has been 25 days since the LA video. I think at the end of that video, I promise I'll get back to weekly uploads. Obviously, 25 days is not weekly uploads. In that time, I have ran a half marathon, hosted some, there was freaking Sneakercon. Loki got screwed over by Sneakercon. I'll talk about that in the video. Hosted some big run clubs. That was really fun. Obviously, I hosted my own event. That was this last weekend. We're going to talk about that. And then as well, I have discovered more about myself. What do you call it? I feel like this year has been a big like mental health hurdle journey thing like that, and I learned a lot about myself. But we are at my storage unit right now. I have, let me drop this down, a bunch of buckets from my event that I hosted. This was used to put the perimeter up. I need to clear out my truck. I've been so lazy and just not wanting to do much since my event, just because it was so tiring, guys. It took me out. It was so hot, but we literally have Atlanta ThriftCon this weekend. My event was last week. Atlanta ThriftCon is this week. I'm leaving, and today's Tuesday. I'm leaving in 2 days. So we got to get our, part of my French, shit together, and yeah, let's unload this stuff. Done. That wasn't that bad. I kept some of the buckets in the back of the truck because I use them for my pipe and drape setup for thrift cons. If you guys see in the previous LA video, you guys will see like the setup process and like how I do like drapes all around my booth to hang up t-shirts and just to create like a barrier. Looks nice. But first topic of discussion, my half marathon. I've been talking about this for a minute, and obviously if you guys are long-time subscribers to the channel, you guys know I run a lot, and one of my goals for this year is to run a full marathon, half marathon being a good like predecessor, like first step into doing it. What the heck? Over here is the front gate to the, what do you call it, my storage unit, and it was saying that it was closed, but it actually wasn't closed. Let's go. Shout out storage unit. But like I was saying, I ended up running the half marathon, and it was a very nerve-wracking experience. And it was something where my goal was to run a sub 2 hour half marathon, which that meant I had to keep like a 9 to a 9:05 pace per mile. Half marathon is 13.2 miles. And I was like, that's very unrealistic. That's very unrealistic. But the day of, I stuck with the 9-minute pacing group, and I told myself, do not leave these people. I had to use the restroom during it. I didn't get to use it beforehand, but in my head I was like, as long as I stay with this pacing group, just push myself. And it was something where I stuck with them, and it was the last 3 miles. I was making this turn and I felt a little like twinge in my calf. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can get a cramp right now. And in my head, like, I can't stop, because in my head I'm like, if I stop, I'm gonna get a cramp and I won't be able to finish the race, or if anything, it'll completely shoot my shot. And in my head I'm like, I have a chance at like hitting my goal of a sub 2 hour marathon. So I ignored my cramp. I kept on running. The last mile was awful. Like, it hurt so bad. I'm gonna have it up here, but my heart rate was insane during the entire race. Oh my gosh, I'm choking on myself. But literally the last mile, my heart rate was over 200. And I'm just like, how was I even managing it? Because I knew I was like basically dying that last mile, but I was able to push myself, and I ended up running it at 1:59, which I am so grateful for. Like, I'm incredibly proud of myself. What is it? Just, I could have trained better for it, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. F it, we ball. That's all I really have to say about it. It was a really cool experience with my family being there. My good friend Lolly was there helping me film. I made a reel about it. You guys may have seen it. I'll have it tagged up top. What is it? That was a huge little like milestone moment. I wanted to make like a full-length video about it, but in my head I was just like, just finish the race. Like, a reel will suffice, and obviously I'm talking about it now. We're about to be home. I need to price tag for Atlanta, because like I said, we're 2 days away from driving to Atlanta, so I need to get all my stuff price tagged, and we'll talk about the next topic, which, oh my gosh, is Sneakercon. Guys, Sneakercon was pretty bad. What's up, guys? We're in my little, like, I guess game room upstairs living room kind of area. I have clothes thrown all throughout into separate little piles because this is where I like to price tag. Just more space. I'm able to spread things out. But I figured now is the best time in Vinny to talk about Sneakercon. Yeah, I have the utmost respect for Sneakercon and what they're doing for, I guess, the sneaker community per se. I used to be a sneaker reseller. That's how I got into reselling. Cringy photo of Gerardo from his sneaker reselling era. So obviously Sneakercon has a high place in my heart. And it was during a market I was attending. I was like, it was like one of the U of H markets. I came, they called me. What is it? Well, at first they DM'd me on Instagram asking for my contact information. Then they immediately called me afterwards. They recognized what I was doing for the Resilient Flea, and they wanted help creating a vintage alley for their event. Obviously, I was like, yes, let's do it. Like, this is a huge opportunity. This is great for my vendors to promote my vendors as well. And yeah, time goes on. Eventually, both me and this other store called Thriller, they're doing events as well. They're huge within the scene. We had to curate 4 vendors amongst ourselves, so 10 vendors in total, including both me and Thriller. And that was what the vintage alley was comprised of. Spots were $500 a spot for a 10 by 10, which is very steep. But SneakerCon tables are like $300, and that's just for a table. So for a 10 by 10 space, like raw space, that you can do whatever you want in it, like 500 isn't awful. But for vintage event standards, that's very, very expensive. Like for example, my market, I'm charging $100 a space, and my vendors do well. I'm not gonna go into too much details because, like I said, I do have respect for SneakerCon, but all I'm gonna say is they promised a lot that they did not follow through with. A lot of marketing promises, a lot of like in-person promises. It was to the point where like I was never greeted during the event. And both me and Thriller are the people who like got your vendors, who like provided your vendors, like put our reputation on the line. And we never even got like a simple hello, like, hey Gerardo, hey Resilient, what is it? We appreciate you doing this for us. Yeah, and hopefully by my demeanor you can already guess that the event was awful. Like, it was awful. Like, just the energy was just so like, sneaker resellers are so tacky. They're just so like, ugh. Like I used to be one, so like I'm speaking for old Gerardo as well. But I don't know, they really didn't enjoy the whole vintage aspect of it. One thing Sneakercon did that is really scummy is there's this one store in Houston called Vintage Supply. I have my opinions about them, they're whatever, but they do this by the pound sale where it's like bins of clothing that are $10 per pound. You can get as much as you want. That's the price point. They had it right next to the vintage alley. Like, this is the vintage alley, literally 10 feet. Let's say, okay, let's be realistic. Maybe like 30 feet across is the by the pounds, which is like these bin styles, rolling carts. Like, it's a huge installation. Why would they put it next to the vintage alley? I don't know, because mainly people were wanting to shop the cheap vintage there. And then as well as something over the intercom that they kept on promoting the vintage by the pound, but never once the vintage alley. So I don't know, it just kind of like, it didn't really feel the best. And with that, my vendors didn't make many sales. I'll be honest, both me and Thriller did get our spaces comped for free. That was kind of like one of the deals, because SneakerCon is very much money orientated. So they're like, oh, as long as you can make your money, as long as you can do this and stuff like that. I didn't mind paying for the booth. I'm grateful I didn't, but it's just like, the one thing that came out of this is my vendors on average made between $200 to $300, and they paid $500. So everyone came at a net loss, excluding the $20 all-day parking, excluding any food they purchased. So here's me and Thriller's reputation basically shot because we vouched for this event that promised us a lot that they didn't end up promising. And I'll be honest, like, part of the reason why I'm saying this is I tried to work it out with SneakerCon. I sent a message to the representative I was working with the entire time, just being truthful, being respectful. They sent me like a 2-sentence response being like, oh, we're sorry to hear this. We'll make this note for the next event. Literally, like, I sent like a very thoughtful message and all they sent is that. So, like I said, respect for SneakerCon, but they did scam me. I'll just say it outright. And not only did they scam me, but they scammed my vendors. And yeah, that's the end of that talking point. I'm a price tag for a little bit. There's a lot to price tag, so I'm not going to get it all done in like one sitting, but I at least want to get started on it. What is the next topic? The next topic, oh shoot, is my market. Yeah, I wanna like be in a good setting for that. It's a little dark up here, but we have everything. It looks like a mess, but trust me, we have everything separated into piles of like different sizes. And then as well over here, we have my hangers. On my hangers, I put, or it's better if I show you guys. I've showed it before in videos, but just in case this is your first time watching, it has the size and the price on it. Boom. I like to reuse those hangers instead of printing out new stickers. Whenever I run out of like the corresponding hanger with the size and the correct price, I just print new stickers. So yeah, a little insight on that. I need to go pick up my sister, and while we're waiting in line to go pick her up, I am going to grab one of these. This was actually a sponsorship. Why is it so dark? Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I try my best to not look at the viewfinder, but look at to like the camera screen to make it more personal, make it more like, I guess, authentic. But that was a little dark. But yes, sponsor, Yerba Mate. If you guys have watched the channel for a while, you guys know I love this drink, and they actually sponsored my event. So let's go into the car and we'll talk more about the sponsorship and about my event. We are in line to pick up my sister from school, and I'll just let this do the work. I absolutely love Yerba Mate. This is one of the better flavors, Enlightenment. My go-to flavors are either the berry lemonade or the peach elation, just because they're both like 10 calories. Enlightenment's really good, but it's just a little higher in calories, so I guess like sometimes I get conscious of that, but this is a thinner can, so I guess that balances it out. And I got it for free, so I really can't be complaining that much. But yes, this last weekend was the Resilient Flea. This was the third time I hosted, second time I hosted an outdoor market at West Oaks Mall, and it went amazing, guys. Like literally, it did so much better than I could imagine it. I was very much chill going into this one just because it was my second time at West Oaks Mall. I already knew the process of permits. I already knew the process of like setting up the market, like running the market. But I mean, obviously, one of the big things for me was previously February 1st, I had 75 vendors. This last weekend, I had 100 vendors. I had 3 more food, or technically it was 2 more food vendors. That extra 25 vendors, like I had a therapy booth as well. Like there was so much I added to this market that expanding it could have like drowned it out almost, if that makes sense. That's my one worry of hosting markets, is because I know so many markets who do so much so fast. They do it like monthly markets or like bi-monthly markets, and they just fizzle out and fade away. So with my market, I definitely wanted to take a slow approach, but I wanted to hit that 100 vendor mark. And with the help of That's Hot, what is it, a local a women's based market, like we were able to do such a good job. Like all my vendors were so happy. It was very hot, I will say that. It was probably like 90 degrees the entire day. Fortunately, my good friend Lolly, I mentioned her earlier, she came to help film everything. I bought like 4 cases of water. We ran through that. Shout out to Lolly. She was able to go get like 3 more cases of water during the event. Like it was crazy, guys, how hot it was. There were so many sunburns that happened. Right here, I have my good vendor, Lexi. She goes by Orphan Vintage, super famous on TikTok, by the way. I was joking around with her saying like, I'm gonna use you for clout, and yes, I did. But right here, this is the sunburn she got. Like it was insane how bad the sun was, because there wasn't even a cloud in the sky. But all this to say, the event went beautifully. Like I'm just so grateful. I had tunnel vision the entire time. Like even during the event, it was kind of like people were like, Gerardo, are you so proud of yourself? Gerardo, are you so proud of yourself? And in my head, I'm like, I'll reflect on it tomorrow. Like this was Saturday when I was saying like, I'll reflect on it tomorrow, I'll reflect on it Sunday. And I guess I am now reflecting on it. I don't know, because I'm thinking about the next event now. I feel like that's one thing I struggle with, is just like living in the moment. I'm very much a futuristic type of person, working on the next thing, working on the next goal. I'm a very goal oriented person. So it's difficult for me sometimes in the moment to like celebrate the little wins, or in this case, it was a very big win. It wasn't even a little win, but I don't know. That's what I was alluding to at the beginning of the video, like in my little introduction, that like I'm learning a lot about myself in terms of like mental health, in terms of myself. And I feel like where I am in life, there's a lot of different lessons I'm picking out from everything I'm doing. I mentioned this in the intro and I guess I skipped over it, but one big thing I've been doing is collaborating with local run clubs. My personal run club is called Meraki Run Club. Absolutely love them. A bunch of great friends have developed from that run club. I started going to that run club at a time and place where I was quite lonely and didn't have a lot of friends, if I can be honest. And it was through that. I didn't tell them that, like, hey, I'm fresh out of a breakup. Hey, I don't have a lot of friends. But it was just a very welcoming and opening place. And then through that, I was able to do a couple collaborations through my business, Resilient, and through the run club, doing like 2 vintage themed runs. And then recently we hosted this massive collaboration with like 3 other run clubs. So it was 4 run clubs in total, plus Resilient, hosting this one big thing at Stewart Park here in Houston. And it was amazing turnout. And it was just through that where I was just like, I don't know, it's getting crazy, guys. A lot of opportunities are coming my way, and it's just like, that's why I'm trying to learn to live in the moment, because it's like through those opportunities where I don't know, it's fun. Like, I'm very grateful for what I get to do. And I'll be honest, there's future things happening. I already have 2 different organizations, one a local park and one an already standing market that needs help, like running their market. They're reaching out to me. So it's just like, this is where the work on my mental health, work on these life lessons come into play, just so I can be in the right mindset to tackle the next thing. I don't know why, but I feel myself getting emotional. I don't know. This year has been a very interesting year. Definitely learned a lot about myself. Definitely had a lot of ups and downs moments. Definitely riding on a high right now. And I'm just very grateful for y'all guys. I'm very grateful that y'all guys continue to watch the videos. A lot of y'all guys, even though I'm not posting on YouTube as much, y'all guys moved to Instagram and started messaging me on Instagram. Y'all guys know who you guys are, and the DMs y'all send. A lot of you guys follow me on my personal account and comment under my personal posts now. Gerardo Villacorta, if you want to check me out there. I'm trying to post more there, but I don't know. I don't deserve this support, y'all guys. I'm excited to continue doing more. And yeah, this isn't the ending of the video. I want to talk about some more, add more to the video. I'm going to chill here, enjoy my little yerba. And my sister gets out of school in 5 minutes. So I'm going to yap a little bit with her. I'll see y'all guys in a bit. Hey guys, what's up? We just got done price tagging. Well, for the most part, I need to grab more pants hangers. I need to head back to the storage unit and check that for pants hangers. Hopefully I have some more. If not, I have to go to IKEA and buy some more, which is a good thing. If I had to buy more pants hangers, that means I'm bringing more pants, which means I'm bringing more product to ThriftCon. So I guess it's a good and a bad, because obviously I don't want to go to the store, but yeah. Before we do go to the unit, I'm gonna go for a quick run. Since my half marathon, like I mentioned, I could have trained better for it, but afterwards I had a lot of like Achilles problems and like calves tightening up, different things. So I had to slow down on the running just so I can let it heal. But I want to run a full marathon eventually. In order to do that, I have to run. It is a beautiful day out. The sun is going down, so I am going to knock out this run, and then we're going to wrap up this video. I'll be back. Whew. Okay, dokes. 4-mile run done. I ended up doing this like Garmin workout. It told me to do like, what is it, like a 9:30 pace for like 35 minutes. And I think it was like halfway through the run I realized, oh, it would be cool to like do 4 miles within that 35-minute window. I don't know the exact, whew, I'm out of breath, guys. Running is tiring, but I don't know the exact rate to get 4 miles in 35 minutes. I'll have it like right over here, but I wasn't able to because obviously with the Garmin, it's kind of cool. Love a Garmin. If you run, I highly recommend them. But it gave me like a window to work with, and I kept on running a little too fast because obviously like I could run faster than a 9:30 pace, and it will give me buzzes saying like, hey, slow down, hey, slow down. So it was a good run regardless. I'll have like the Strava stuff like right over here if you guys are curious. With this whole like mental health journey kind of deal, running has helped me a ton, just because I feel like I get like stagnant a lot, to be honest. Like sometimes I just get lost in thoughts and things like that, and I know I have like a ton of things to do. Like I said, I'm very futuristic. It's hard for me to like stay in the moment. I'm always thinking about the next thing, so sometimes I force myself to run, and that kind of forces me to be present. Because running, I love what people say, you can't cheat whenever you run. You obviously can't like subtract mileage, you have to run that mileage. Or if you want to run like say a 6-minute pace, you have to run it at a 6-minute pace. You can't lie, because like, I mean, yeah, you can't do that. And I feel like running helps me stay present, and that's what I really need right now. It's been a minute since I have uploaded on this channel, and I want to get back to, I don't want to promise weekly videos, but just like making videos in general, just because I got not burnt out, but just really annoyed at the videos I was making, like the thrift with me, oh come to a market with me. It just felt so repetitive, and I felt like I wasn't being genuine, because honestly some of those videos I would film it in one day, edit it in one day, and just upload it just to make a schedule or make a deadline I put in my head. But I kind of want to stray away from that and start making videos that I enjoy to make. Kind of like if you guys watch Casey Neistat or Life for Riza, I don't know, just more like lifestyle, like lesson-based videos. That's something I want to do, and hopefully this video, just kind of like going over life updates, gives you guys some encouragement, gives you guys a little insight. I'm not a perfect person. I mean, I hosted a 100 vendor market, but I still feel like I'm inadequate in certain ways. I'm not trying to say that to like downplay myself, but it's just like, I know there's so much more I could do in life. My neighbors are banging on something, so I'm going to wrap up the video here. From here on out, I'm just gonna take it a day at a time with YouTube. That's my approach with life right now. Mental health, day at a time. Physical health, day at a time. Markets, day at a time. What is it? I don't know. That's something that's been keeping me like grounded, keeping me in the moment, and that's what I need. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching the videos. Let me know how y'all guys' day going, or if you guys have any big goals coming up, if you guys are working towards anything. I would love to hear in the comments below, or shoot me a DM on Instagram. I know a couple of y'all guys do that, and I encourage you guys to do it more. I love hearing from y'all guys. But yes, I hope you guys have a great one. See ya.